Welcome back to a new video. So this is my session from Saturday, and there was certainly a lot of positives. So I posted the doubles I was able to do, and I also did some pretty good strength lifts as well. After doing these main lifts, I did some leg extension. I actually did quite a lot and just pushed sets of 20 in them just to get a really good quad pump, or at least as much as I can. And then did some calf raises of all things. I figured, why not? And then some little bit of leg curls, and also some back extensions, kind of more isometric, so I wasn't really worried about doing a lot of reps, but just would do one rep, hold for like 10 seconds, and I think I did like one set. I don't even know how many reps, but did a lot of lower body accessories, because Sunday I know I want to do some upper body accessories and some mobility and stuff. But in this session, I was able to do 120 for a double without straps, which is by far my best without straps. I definitely have done it before with straps at some point, and I feel like I've done like 122 or 3 with straps on. I'm not exactly sure because it's not a lift I necessarily keep track of, but without straps, that certainly is a really positive thing for me to be able to do, especially at this point of kind of the preparation. We can really start to call it at this point. But once I did this 100, actually missed 110 behind me. I also cut all my hair off. I guess you probably noticed that as well. I just decided not to have long hair anymore. Long relative to what I have now, and trimmed my beard. I didn't shave my beard because I always get like razor burn and stuff. It just buzz it off. But anywho, this is the first rep of the 120, and then I left the in-between part, just fast forward it so you don't have to watch me there huff and puff. But I don't really remember how much time I took in between. You can kind of consider it a cluster. To me, it's not really that important. It's basically the mindset of trying to do a double. So I'm not running around the gym or sitting down or doing anything like that. I just go and set it back up. So really encouraged with that though, especially the second rep, feeling how it did with the amount of fatigue that I'm going to get from that first rep. So a really positive thing. Left knee continues to be a little bit more annoying on clean jerks. It doesn't bother me really at all on snatches, and it gives me this like false sense of like, oh, I'm already past it, and then I start doing jerks and I do the split and it's just like, ow, that kind of hurts. So something I need to pay attention to, and really with this last 6 weeks, I do obviously have to build up, but it is something that I obviously can still lift heavy through, so it's not like a thing that's going to limit me necessarily, but it is something that I kind of want to make sure that I'm not making worse and hopefully making better. But took my time doing 70, and you'll kind of see me if I'm setting up, I'm like wiggling my knees a little bit. I'm just trying to find that spot that is comfortable, and usually if I push my knees out a little bit, then it's pretty comfortable there. So just thinking about that when I start the pull, so it's just in a comfortable position. When I do cleans, I don't really feel anything. It's just really on that split jerk. When I'm holding it, when that foot's kind of in that slightly bent position. Ironically, I don't have any issues in the snatch, and that's where I heard it on overhead squat, but I've also stopped adding in those extra overhead squats just to make sure I don't mess up my knee or anything like that. And it's it's useful to do, but also I'd rather not to injure myself any more than I am. But I don't think it's a serious thing, because as you see, I still was able to get up to this 145 for a double, which also I believe is my best clean jerk double. That's certainly one that I don't really keep track of. I feel like I've done a double with 140 before as well, but I was really happy with how, I don't want to say easily the second jerk went, but just that I was able to do the second jerk and it not be completely horrendous. Then I did a clean with 155. The clean actually looked pretty easy, but I was just gassed by the time I stood up, so I decided not to even attempt the jerk. And I think if I am warming up for the competition, as far as like the last attempt before going out, the 155 could be that last attempt that I do. What I might do is go like something like 140 to like 147 and then 155 or something like that. So we'll have to see kind of what the vibes are as I get closer to how I want to do my warm-ups. But going from, and I honestly might just take more. I might just go 70, 100, 125, 140, kind of how I did before, and then jump to like 147, 155, and then open up at 163 or whatever, depending on obviously how I'm feeling on that particular day. But snatches are pretty standard. Like, I'm basically, what you saw in this session is what my warm-ups will be all the way to the 120, and then I'd open at 123. So pretty close to my opener, but for me, obviously most people can also handle more in the snatch as far as just working sets or like getting to a higher percentage. So I'd rather get to closer to what I'm going to do out on the platform, get to that, make the 123. Sleepy, even though I've had some coffee already today. Get up to 127, 131, or 130, something like that. You saw the 225 squat. Decided obviously not to do volume, as I mentioned in the beginning, some of the volume that I did. And then here's 305. Got stuck in a really weird spot. I was trying so hard to uncoil myself, but I still remember the Instagram guy, that guy getting folded over by his deadlift. It's pretty viral at this current moment, so you might have seen it. He's at like a LA Fitness or something, just gets folded over. But the blood pressure feeling, or like the amount of pressure I felt in that position trying to lock it out, was just tremendous. And you know, I obviously gave it a good try, but was not there. In the back of my mind, I thought maybe I could do it for a double, but obviously got slapped on the single there. That will be most likely the last heavy deadlift I do until after the competition. I think that 275, that kind of mark, is one. If I'm going to go up to a heavy pull, then I'll do there, because as you saw, it moved pretty easily. And I haven't really been pushing deadlifts for a little bit too, which is why the 305 wasn't really able to move. The most I've done recently is 300, and that hasn't been too recent. So it's probably, I don't say probably, it's definitely the least important lift for preparation and all of that. So anywho, really productive session. Really happy with where my strength is right now. Just want to make sure I'm getting healthier, getting stronger, all that good stuff. And yeah, so in the next session that I'll have a video of is probably will be no foots, and then I'll probably do power clean and push press in the same session, just to get more specific, but I'll talk more about that in the next video. If you made it to this point, I appreciate it. I'll talk to you all in the next one. Peace.